In this section, we are going to outline some of the most popular techniques for identifying the risk. The historical information. The first place to start with the risk identification is reviewing the historical documentation. Past projects of the similar size and scope are the great starting place because the risk that occurred have been recorded along with the success or the weaknesses of the response plans. The second technique is the brainstorming. Everyone has equal opportunity to express his ideas. And the beauty of this technique is that one person's idea may produce another idea from someone else that leads to another and so on. The third technique is the nominal group technique. The question to ask regarding the risk in this technique is that what's the absolute worst thing that could happen during the project? The fourth is the interviews. The interviews are question and answer sessions. That will have a subject matter experts, stakeholders, team members, customers, and anyone else who might help you to identify the risk. So it's a very good technique for identifying the different risks that may creep up on the project. The fifth one is the industry checklist. Don't forget as a manager to do some research into your own industry. Another technique is to identify your common project risks, as the risks not only come in all flavors, but they can occur both inside and outside the organization as well. These are the different techniques that can be used to identify the different types of the risks. In this section, we are going to outline some of the most popular techniques for identifying the risks. The first is the historical information. The first place to start with the risk identification is reviewing the historical documentations. Past projects of the similar size and scope are a great starting place because the risks that occurred have been recorded along with the success or the weaknesses of the response plans. The second is the brainstorming. Everyone in the brainstorming has equal opportunity to express his ideas. And the beauty of this technique is that one person's idea may produce another idea from someone else that may lead to another and so on. The third is the nominal group technique. The question to ask regarding the risk in this technique is that what's the absolute worst thing that could happen during the project? The interview is the fourth technique that can be used to identify the risks. The interviews are question and answer sessions with the subject matter experts, stakeholders, team members, customers, and anyone else that might help you to identify the risk. The fifth one is the industry checklist. Don't forget to do some research into your own industry, including the associations or the special groups supporting your industry, for information that may have about the common project risk. The last one is the common project risk. Risks not come in all flavors, but also it occurs both inside and outside the organization. Internal risk come about due to the nature of the project itself, management decisions for changes, organizational issues, budget issues, and the resource issues. External risks come about the many resources as well, such as the weather, the legal issues, market issues, timing, social concerns, environmental issues, and changes in the vendor organizations. After collecting the risks we talked about in the previous section, we can make the risk checklist as we see in the figure. The risk checklist template includes the risk number, risk category, risk name, risk score, did the organization respond to the risk or not, the responsible party, and the percentage of the success. The next step is to document the risk. We could do this in a two-step process. That is, the first is to perform the risk identification with your team. Record all the risks in a spreadsheet and assign categories to them. The next step involves performing the risk assessment and looking at the potential impacts of the risk that may have on your project. This information should also be recorded along with the risks in what we know as the risk register.